This is Due to Bet Sports.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wednesday. We've got a loaded show to talk about today. We've got a lot going on. It was a dark Tuesday yesterday in the state of Oklahoma. We'll kick off with that. We'll also do college football, NFL, and then we'll talk baseball at the end as we're the last week of the season. A lot of crazy things going on there. Let's start with our world yesterday, which was a crazy one. Let's start with Mike Gundy getting fired at Oklahoma State. This is something that driving home from the Oklahoma game on Saturday night, we kind of felt like they were hinting like they kind of knew something was going to happen. Nothing happens. They let him do a press conference. They let him do a coaching show on Monday. And then Tuesday, it comes over my phone, Mike Gundy fired. What were your thoughts on that one first?
Well, you took everything away from me right there. I don't understand, if you're going to fire him, why you don't do it Monday. Why you put him through the press conference, right?
Right.
Which he didn't do anything wrong in the press conference. I listened to every word of it. It was typical Gundy, you know.
Coach, it was a coach press conference, very normal.
Press conference, just answered the questions. He was very nice.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I understand why you get rid of him. I don't understand why you do it on a Tuesday. I was shocked by that. I think, Jim Traber from the Sports Animal, I think you and I both were listening to him, and I think we both kind of thought, he kind of knows something's going to happen, because he was saying, boy, my Monday show will be very fascinating. And to me, that was kind of the sign that he had kind of heard this guy's connected to Oklahoma State. He went to school there. So he knew. And it didn't happen. I thought, well, he didn't know. They're gonna keep him, and then it does. The other big thing is they played on a Friday night, so I mean, theoretically,
they had extra time,
right? Theoretically, Saturday you could have let him go, and then when practice starts back on Monday. By the way, they play this weekend on Saturday,
so they make the announcement. I'm assuming right before practice. I don't know that some teams practice in the mornings nowadays.
I don't really know their schedule.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know, but that doesn't give the interim coach any time at all.
No.
Now, from what we know, and I haven't researched it much, I just listened to a little bit of it. We don't know what. Maybe, maybe they had a big falling out Monday. Maybe. They went to him. We don't know any of this.
I can't see that being the case.
I can't either.
Anything that happened on Monday being any different that's happened the last.
No, unless they had a meeting with him and said, hey, you need to change this. You need to change. I don't know.
Yeah.
My opinion has been all along that he's done so much for the university and for that football program. They were trash when he took over. They had a couple little winning seasons when he played, but they were cheating. They got suspended. They got on probation. They were buying players before you could buy them back in the 80s. And they had some success. He was a really good quarterback, and they had some pretty good teams through 3 years there. And Barry Sanders played. Mm-hmm. No, was Barry with Gundy?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so Gundy turned the program into it's relevant. I mean, they were a couple of wins away from being in the national picture.
I think the Oklahoma State brand is one of the strongest ones left in the Big 12, mainly because of, well, not mainly, all because of what happened the last 18 years.
Yeah. So he was a great player. He turned the program around. I think it's pretty shitty of them to not let him finish this season. I mean, what's it going to hurt? I don't know what they're thinking they're going to gain unless they know, the other coaches know the job's open.
That's the problem. The way college football's set up, the way it works now, it actually is an advantage now to get rid of your coach early if you're going to do it.
I guess.
That's probably why. That is why.
It is. Yeah. And I'm wondering, Aaron, if the hints are around they don't have a lot of NIL money. Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. Did boosters go to him and say, look, we're pulling everything out if you don't get rid of him now?
Mhm.
And I have a feeling that's exactly what happened. And in today's age of football, college football, that's unfortunately that's part of it.
I would say that's what happened. I would
Yeah.
say that's a lot of it as well. I think they're in a bad situation. I've kind of been watching some Oklahoma State people that I don't know a whole lot about their athletic
No.
program as a whole. Obviously, I know very little now since we don't really play them. But I'm
Right.
watching, and it sounds like a mess across the board. And
Isn't the AD doesn't even have a contract?
right, yes, that is true. I there may have been some news on that yesterday. I didn't follow up on it. But yeah,
Why?
no, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess,
Why
and
would your athletic director not have a contract?
I don't know.
I didn't know. I don't understand that part.
And again, I don't know any details because I don't really care, about them. Sorry, but but this
Well,
situation, obviously, I do care about because it's just crazy. Listen, from an OU standpoint, I never really feared Oklahoma State. They never
no,
got to that level. However, they got to a level where it was just kind of, well, that's a win. Mark it down to this will be a tough game. We will have to
oh
play
yeah,
well to win. And he to me, he's the most popular. Maybe popular is not the right word, but he's the most accomplished person ever in Oklahoma State football. When you look at how
there's
he
figure
played
it out.
and then how he coached, and but the flip side of it is they're not only bad this year and last, they are abysmally bad.
After
And
being
I
very
don't
good.
understand, like in 2023, this team played for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah,
And
they beat Oklahoma. That was pretty good that year. A
yeah,
decent Oklahoma team.
yes. And now look at this situation. It's so bad. I
Yeah,
don't understand what's happened.
no, neither.
I don't know if he's quit coaching. I don't, or recruiting probably more
I
than
don't know
anything.
what's going on because they
Yeah.
won the first 3 games, right? Last year.
Last year they did, but Arkansas really should have beat them, but they didn't. They won,
They won
and
the first 3, and they
then
were
they lost 9 in
5-0.
a row.
What were they? Probably ranked in the top 15 at
They
least.
were, yes,
And then they haven't won but 1 game since, and that was against Tennessee Martin.
yes,
How can you fall off
yeah,
that quickly unless you're not uh, changing with the times and
yes,
you don't like this NIL stuff? And unfortunately, whether you like it or not, you got to do it.
mhm,
You have to. The transfer portal and all that, you have to deal with it.
mhm.
I mean, that's the only solution you can think of. It's not that he doesn't know how to coach.
Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, the NIL and the transfer portal was around in 2023. Now maybe it's advanced to the stages where it's more aggressive now. And he hates it. I'm sure he does. Like
Well,
so
the other
I
thing that's go ahead. I'm
well, I
sorry.
just don't know. I don't know. I don't understand because it does kind of coincide with the transfer portal and the NIL that they dropped off, but they also were successful early on.
Well, and the other
It,
thing is, well, they started the season last year as the conference favorite,
right. Yeah.
which means people that make the predictions and stuff, they go around, they see these teams, they see what's coming back.
Yeah.
They don't miss that bad too often.
Well, and the
They can
problem
win
is
games.
there's a huge difference between going 3-9 and then 1-2 this year and really not being competitive other than the
Right.
game they won, which was the FBS opponent. But if he's 6-6 last year,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a lot different. And also, if you're 1-2 sitting here right now, I mean, Tulsa's inexcusable. Say you went to Oregon and you lost by 20 instead of 60.
Well, yeah.
It's like we said when we saw that score, we were at, I think that was Michigan week, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. We were at the game, and
Yes.
I said, I didn't expect them to go win the game. I didn't really expect it to be close, but like they're playing like they're like a FCS school.
Oh,
Like
a
they're
bad
playing
one.
like they're somebody that's like a directional school that you schedule the first game just to get an easy
Yeah.
win. Like
Scrimmage.
it's bad. And then to lose to Tulsa. I mean, I don't really blame them, honestly. They needed to get rid of him, but again, the timing was really strange.
The timing is weird, and
Yeah.
and I do think unless there's been some words that we don't know about. There've been behind the scenes a lot of bickering and stuff, and he's not doing what they've asked him to do. We don't know that.
I think it's fair to assume that, though.
Yeah, it must be something.
Just knowing him, I think it's fair.
Well, that's the thing. He's
know?
a very polarizing figure.
Yes. Yeah.
He says what he thinks, and sometimes he shouldn't say what he thinks, but he does, and that's the way he's always been.
Right.
And unfortunately, we've talked about him a million times over the years. He's going to go down as the guy says, "I'm a man, I'm 40." That's the first thing you think about when you think of Gundy.
Yeah. Yes.
And you don't realize this guy has been as consistent a winner up until the last couple of years at Oklahoma State that they've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, we're very familiar with it because we're familiar with Oklahoma football and what it's all about. It is damn hard to win in the state of Oklahoma if you're not Oklahoma Sooners. It is very hard because they have their loyal fans, but the state as a whole doesn't care one thing about them. They've got their fans based in Tulsa, the Tulsa area. It's not very far to Stillwater from Tulsa.
Yeah.
And they have some fans in the Oklahoma City area as well. But it's hard to win in Oklahoma if you're not the Sooners.
It's like a half of what Oklahoma is as far as, their stadium's about half the size. I would say the fan base is about half, if not less or more. They probably don't have a lot of fans outside of who went to school there. And I think
they're not their national brand.
Right, exactly. So
he's made them relevant. And everybody thought when Oklahoma and Texas went to, this is the other thing. Everybody thought when Oklahoma and Texas went to the SEC, Oklahoma State would win or be at the top of the conference.
Yeah.
And they have went to the bottom, and it's not even close.
Yep.
So the talent has there's just no talent. When you look at them, especially offensively, they are inept. And that was his trademark.
It took like 4 possessions each side of the ball to realize Tulsa is better than Oklahoma State. And that's
no knock on Tulsa, but it should never be that way.
Tulsa's not very good. That's the other thing. Like this is not a Tulsa team that's like, oh, they're decent. No, they're not.
No, this is not a 9-3 Tulsa team.
Absolutely not. No.
And but again, I think if he hasn't done anything stupid, I think he does deserve enough respect because I don't see how a coaching change is going to make any difference on this season.
No, it's not. And again, that's not why they did it. They're trying to get a head start on next year, get him out of here, get the next guy in. That's
I heard some guys talking about it yesterday. And they were talking about, 2-3 years ago, this job was really a good job. And they were talking about the guys at Missouri. 2-3 years ago, this job was better than Missouri. And they were talking about, can Missouri keep him? The guy at Missouri, can they keep him? Because he's doing a hell of a job. We'll talk about him here in a little while. But now, why would he leave Missouri to go to Oklahoma State?
Oh, no chance.
Why would the guy at Indiana go to Oklahoma State?
0% chance. Yeah.
They're not going to get top of the line coach right now.
Well, they might, but they're not going to get an established top of the line.
They're going to have to get an FCS guy. Or
an offensive coordinator or a guy at North Texas or, somebody like that.
That works out. Smaller conference.
You're not going to get a guy coming in there that is very
those
established.
Guys are not going to look at that. They're not going to look at that job.
No, they're not. And that goes for Virginia Tech. That goes for UCLA. Yeah. It goes for Oklahoma State. It goes for Arkansas.
And the bottom line is they may not have looked at it anyway.
Probably not. No.
He may be the only guy that can win there. I don't know. But
I jumped the gun. Arkansas hasn't opened yet. They might open. We'll talk about that here in just a second.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
They might open this weekend on Sunday or Monday. All right, let's go to John Mateer's news. You don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. Broken thumb, had surgery today, actually, per Sooner Scoop. And it sounds like a month recovery is what it's going to be. A similar injury, actually, I think the same injury, same surgery happened to Jared Goff a few years ago. 3 weeks is what he missed. So 3 to 4 weeks, I think, is realistic. Unfortunately, it does fall where they're probably going to miss the Texas game. The good news is he might only miss Kent State and Texas and be back for South Carolina. It's horrible timing that you'd never want to not have the quarterback for the Texas game. It is good timing that one of the two games he might miss is a definite win.
Oh, it's if he's going to get hurt, yes.
Here's the deal. It's a good time. It's good timing, but it's also terrible timing because, again, you're going into Texas with no quarterback for the third time in 4 years.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And, I was here. I don't know. He not only is a good quarterback, he's a great actor. I just stumbled across, I was stumbling across something, and Herb Street has a podcast with Joey Galloway.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on there. And it was on YouTube. And I was, well, I'll listen to this. And it was Monday. And he was on for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And they love him. Herb Street's been at OU for the Michigan game. And, he interviewed him, and he's been around him, and he really likes him. You can tell.
Yeah. And
he was very good on there. Extremely likable. I'm talking about Mateer. Never once said anything was wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yep.
That was on Monday. So when you texted me yesterday and said Venables is cursed,
yeah,
I thought, has the SEC decided to not award a win to them for the Auburn game, which is absolutely the dumbest controversy I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And anyway, and then when I got online immediately and said, what the hell? I was shocked.
Yep.
And the other thing is he played the whole game with the thumb. He hurt it in the first quarter, allegedly.
Well, they think they've seen the play where he hurt it. And I think that is the first quarter. Yeah. Look, here's what's funny about it. So I remember the play it happened on. And then if you remember, we were sitting up there for the rest of that quarter in the second quarter. Looking back on it now, not knowing what happened, but we were like, damn, he is throwing the ball like shit right now.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him throw the ball so bad.
Yeah.
And now you look back at it and go, okay, then he came out the second half and we're walking out. We're like, this guy was unbelievable in the second half. They had to have done something to make it a little better for him at halftime. He came out and played a great half, but now
Teddy Lehman said, this is exactly what Teddy Lehman said. He goes, he went in and gave him a shot.
Well, yeah, exactly.
They gave him cortisone shot or something to numb the pain.
Because that guy looked like $1 million in the second half, So anyway, it's bad. Again, Kent State, nobody's worried about that game.
No.
I know that you kind of, and I know there's he's going to do everything he can to play that Texas game. I just don't know that it's realistic.
It's not realistic, but if anybody can do it, he can.
Yeah.
If it was Baker, would you give Baker half a chance to make it back in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I don't think Baker would have the surgery. I think he'd just shoot up every game. Honestly, I think he would because I've seen him do it against Cleveland, and it cost him his job.
They sat down and said, "Hey, we need to get this fixed. This is the perfect time to do it."
Yeah,
I think it'll be up to how well it heals. How bad is it?
Yeah.
We're all guessing, kind of,
yeah.
And how quickly can he heal and can he play with pain?
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's not realistic. And I'm telling you right now, they ain't beating Texas without him.
No.
And I know I've heard him, he said something, he made a quote. He goes, I got to get back for that Texas game. That's one of the reasons I came here, was to play. Yeah. So if it's humanly possible, I think he'll play. Yeah. I'm pretty confident he'll be back for the one after it.
Well, let's face it. If he plays and he's healthy, then nothing lost. Just a little break for him, But I just don't think it's realistic. What about Michael Hawkins? I mean,
what about him?
I just, the Oklahoma media is trying to spin it like, oh, we're really confident.
That's bullshit. They're stupid if they are.
I'm not. At all.
Okay, here's the thing. He's second string for a reason.
Yeah.
And you go into any game where you're playing a really good opponent, you want to try to beat them with your second string quarterback. Come on, be realistic. Be realistic.
I like Michael Hawkins. I feel really sorry for him. How that all went down last year. He just got thrown into a fire that was not good.
Right.
I do like that. Hey, he's actually going to play a game, like a tune-up game. He didn't get that last year. If you remember, they threw him in on the road against
Well, true. It's good.
threw him
He'll
in on
be
the road
back.
against Auburn. Then he had to play Texas and he had to play South Carolina, and he benched him again. So
The other thing is, everybody's going, well, he's got a better coaching staff now. Well, true. Very true. And they have 2 weeks to revamp the offense to where it's wrapped around his strengths.
Yeah.
What can he do best? Which they will do. The good coaching does that.
yeah.
But he's second string.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who the offensive coordinator is. He's not as good as the first string guy. There's a reason why that other guy's first string. So he's not going to turn him into John Mateer.
No, he's not. No.
Hopefully the rest of the team is good enough to keep you in the game. And then you figure out what he can do that he's strong at, that he can help you win. And, that's what you got to do. And the rest of the team is good. We're not going into these games this year with a defense that's good, but it's not elite. So far, this defense has shown they have the capabilities to be elite and can keep you in most games if your quarterback can do anything at all. So that's the good news. We are better.
Yeah, agree. And I do think the coaching will make a difference, but it's how big of a difference, because I don't care who your coach is in big games, a quarterback's got to make a big play or 2 or 3 or 4, and he's either going to make them or he's not. So
that's right. That's the whole key.
One last thing before we go to the games, and I want to make this quick, but I do want to make a point on this.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex Golesh from USF, that's South Florida, to Oklahoma State. Like that's what Jason Rocket says there. Now, I think that'd make a ton of sense for Oklahoma State to do that.
Yes.
But I do have a question, and now this is a question not knowing NIL situation at either school. And I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to look it up, but let's assume it's equal. What's a better job?
Yeah, I knew where you were going.
What's a better job? And by the way, you could say this. I will even throw Virginia Tech in it. I'll throw UCLA in it. I'll throw Oklahoma State in it. Okay. Those are 3
the difference is Oklahoma State's a power conference. That's the only difference I see.
Okay. But the way it's all set up now, where a smaller school can make a playoff.
True.
What's a better job?
But I see where you're going. If you can make South Florida the elite team in the American Conference, it's comparable to Oklahoma State.
And can you stay at South Florida until a better job gets open?
Well, that's a good point.
And I totally agree with
I have to go undefeated at South Florida to make it.
I think UCLA is the worst job open right now.
Oklahoma State does much better job. They got a fan base. UCLA does not.
100%. I think UCLA is the worst job out open. I think Virginia Tech and Oklahoma State are very similar.
They're very similar. Virginia Tech has been good. You get the right guy in there.
But and again, I want to be clear. I think Jason, I think that's very possible. I think that does make some sense. But I do think if I'm the head coach at South Florida, if I believe in what we're doing,
yes,
I may not jump to take the Oklahoma State job because there may be a better job come open, or maybe I just am happy there. I just think it's interesting. And I think the way the old style of football, college football set up, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But now I don't know.
Let's play out the rest of the season for South Florida and see if they continue on the track they're on now.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Because they've got some tough games.
Yeah.
But you can Florida would be the only one, right? Yeah.
So here's my theory on the Florida situation. They kind of went after the mid-major guy, and it didn't work. I bet Florida, whether it be right or wrong, they're going to go try to get an established.
They're going after the Indiana guy.
They're going after.
They like him.
They're going after like a big splash. Big.
Yeah. I mean, they can.
Like
that job, it will attract a lot of people that you won't think would be interested in it, right?
I would.
But if Cignetti at Indiana is the prime candidate right now to make another move, Florida would be a spot he'd have to look at.
I think they're like John Gruden type of hire.
Well, that would be a big splash for sure.
Lane Kiffin type of hire. Like
Yeah.
and I don't think I'm not sure they get any of them. I'm just saying, I don't think they'll go the route of a mid-major again because they just did that.
I tell you, I love watching Gruden. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know how good a coach he is.
Well, I think he's a good coach, but I don't know if he'd be a college coach or not.
I don't either. You would think he would. You would think the players would love him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid of him.
Yeah.
I would not be afraid of Kiffin. And he might be interested in that job.
And by the way, every school that is iffy on a coach, Cignetti is they're bringing up Cignetti all the time.
Mike, it's a great point, Mike. I'm glad you brought that up. He is older.
He's a lot older than he looks.
Yes.
He doesn't look that old.
And they're paying him really well. And listen, of course, let's see how the rest of the season plays out. But if he has another great year, can he keep that going in Indiana? And like you said, he makes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Can they keep him there? He's like the guy at Iowa State.
Yep.
The guy at Iowa State.
Yep. What?
It's making $7, $8, $9 million a year, no pressure.
Yep.
And everybody wants him too.
Yep.
And he obviously likes it where he's at.
You would think, you never know. I have no idea what Matt Campbell, what opportunities he's had. You think he's had a bunch, so he's still there. So, I don't know.
I mean, you go 9-3, you're a god. You go to Florida and go 9-3, they're after your ass. So why would
probably go back to Iowa State because you're going to get
why would you go to Florida for $2 or $3 million more a year? I mean, how much money does a man need?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, and I think he's a guy that's always going to be on like the lists when you see it.
Yeah.
But
he's making 8 or 9 in Iowa. Say you get 10 or 12 in Florida. It costs more to live in Florida than does Iowa. Yeah. What's the difference?
I know.
He goes 9-3. Everybody loves you.
Yep.
Your family likes it there. He's pretty young. He's probably got kids in school there. He's happy. He's obviously happy. Well, he's been there 10 years, probably.
Well, listen, people are going to laugh. We've both been to Ames, Iowa. Not a bad place to live.
Absolutely not.
It's really not. Believe it or not, it's pretty nice.
I'm sure
and that school is very, very, they're into it, right? So
great fan base.
It's there.
Underrated.
It's just kind of, you have to accept the fact that we kind of know you're never going to get to that top level.
Some guys, they like that.
No, yeah, fair. No, and it
obviously, Iowa. You don't think that guy could have went somewhere else?
Yeah, 10, 15 years ago, no question. Yeah.
In their 26 years.
Yep.
Winningest coach in Big Ten history.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Pretty crazy. All right. Yep. We got to get to the games. Good conversation though. And look, I think it's just wild how we continue to see this thing change, and you see these old school coaches out. And we didn't even talk about Dabo Swinney and the absolute shitstorm that is. And Dabo's situation is very similar to Gundy, only he's won at the higher levels.
He's won national championships. That's a difference.
It's a situation where Clemson was very average, minus maybe a year or two here or there. Consistent success with Dabo, and just incredible, really, success for Clemson with Dabo. Mm-hmm. And now they're garbage. And we all kind of know, everybody that follows it kind of knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. Can you get rid of him? He's just like Gundy. He's going to make you fire him. He's not leaving.
Well, they got those buyouts. They got to make you fire him.
Exactly. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But listen, we got to get to the games. Yeah. You're here to watch whatever, right? I mean, this is an interesting conversation as well. But you want to get to the gambling part of it as well. And listen, we want to talk about the games as well. So we'll get to it. And listen, we'll keep you updated, obviously, on all of it and give our thoughts on all of it as it unfolds, because there's a lot more to go. Florida could come open. Clemson could come open. Arkansas. We'll talk about it in just a second. It could come open, so we'll see what happens. All right, let's get to it, though. Friday night's where we'll start. A very interesting line, I think, in this game. Florida State on the road taking on Virginia. First time Florida State goes on the road. Florida State's a 6.5-point favorite. What do you think to open up the ranked matchups here?
Am I crazy to think this could be a good game?
Well, no, because the line suggests it's going to be a good
I
game.
know. Don't you think that line's weird?
I thought the line was very weird. Yes.
Virginia's not bad.
No,
They can
but
score.
yeah.
It's a Friday night game. You would think they would be ready for this,
They'll be ready. Yeah.
and the place will be packed. I think Florida State's going to struggle. How good are they? We don't know. They did beat Alabama, and they did kick them. Haven't played anybody since.
And neither has Alabama.
Right.
So that's the weird thing. We
that's
still
probably
don't
why-
really know.
well, and they're coming off a 2-10 season.
Yep.
Vegas is just not sold on them yet, obviously. I think they cover, but I wouldn't. I think it's going to be tight. I don't think they're going to slaughter them.
I think they're going to cover this game. I think the over is the best play in the game, though. I think it goes over 59.5. People are commenting, yeah, Virginia, very good offense. I was looking that up as I was studying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're scoring like crazy. And Florida State is too. I think it goes over 59.5. I know it's a high total. I think it goes over. I think Florida State covers as well. If you made me
It's going to be. I think it'll be an interesting game.
Oh, I do too. I'm not saying I don't think it'll be a blowout. That's for sure. But I mean, Florida State by 10. I think that kind of makes.
Yeah,
sense.
I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
Yep. 37-27 maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think that would be almost. I said 38-28 when I was writing this scores. Projecting. So yeah, I think we're on the same page. This is another game. Friday night's going to be nice. This is another really good game. TCU is ranked. They're 3-0. They go on the road to take on Arizona State, 3-1. They lost to Mississippi State, but they did come back last week and win at Baylor. TCU is 3-0. They beat SMU. I'm not sure how good they are. They beat North Carolina. We know they're not very good. This is a very fascinating game. What do you think about this one?
Oh, all these Big 12 games. God.
Yeah.
They're hard to figure.
Yeah.
Hard to win in the desert at night.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great win for Arizona State, but like you said, very good win for TCU. I mean, SMU's okay. They're not
all right. I don't think they're great, but they're
as good as they were.
They have a pulse. It's the best team TCU's played by
far.
Well,
it was a good win. They beat them. I don't think they beat them pretty easy. I think.
Yep.
I like Arizona State. I do, just because they're at home.
I thought that was a really good win at Baylor.
Great win.
Obviously, pretty disappointing to lose to Mississippi State. I know they're better, but you got to go beat them.
They got ambushed down there.
Yeah, they did, and they also didn't play very well. Look, I'm gonna go Arizona State in this one. Yeah. I like it at home. I like at home on a Friday night. I think they're a little better than TCU anyway. I like Arizona State in this game.
I think they cover this one. I like that line.
Yeah, I do too. I wouldn't be shocked either way. I know TCU, they're better than they've been the last couple of years, I think.
Oh, they are. They're good.
I think Arizona State gets them in this game.
I do too.
All right, let's go to Saturday. And it's Georgia Tech, who's now 4-0. They go on the road to take on Wake Forest. Wake Forest has been okay. They did lose at home to North Carolina State. Georgia Tech minus 13.5. That's a lot of points for Georgia Tech.
It is.
They don't usually beat teams that bad. They don't usually beat teams on the road like this that bad. They beat Colorado by 7 to start the season. Is Colorado better than Wake Forest? I think maybe a little bit, but I don't know how much.
They are little. I don't know. It's just is Georgia Tech as good as number 16?
I think they're about that. I don't think they're higher than that.
Yeah, and with each time Clemson plays, that win isn't as impressive as it was when it happened.
Yeah, not at all.
Right. I think the spread is, but I don't think Wake Forest is very good. I think it's going to be tight. Then I think Georgia Tech will get them in the fourth quarter, and I think they can cover it. But I think it's going to be tight for a while. I'm staying completely away from it, though.
I'm with you. I'll stay away from this because of the line. The total kind of sits right with me too, so I'm not going to have a play in this one. If you made me pick it, I would take Georgia Tech. I am not very impressed with Wake Forest. I watched a lot of that North Carolina State game. They were not very good in that game. They're not. Their offense it's not great, and I think that's going to be a big key. if you're going to take Wake Forest, you're going to need them to probably score 17 to 20 points in this game. I'm skeptical of that.
Mhm.
So, but we'll see. Georgia Tech, maybe it's a sleepy spot here. They could maybe get off to a bad start and maybe Wake Forest covers. We'll see what happens. All right. Tough start time for USC here. They're 4-0.
Mhm.
They'll play at 11 a.m. They go to Illinois, and this is a head scratcher to me. I would not be shocked if Illinois lost that game last week, obviously. As I felt it was a little bit of a toss-up game. I thought Illinois would win, honestly.
I did too.
They got absolutely destroyed in the game, 63-10. Can they bounce back? This is a good spot, I feel like, for Illinois. I feel like, if you're going to play USC, you want it to be at 11 a.m.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Well, it's awful hard to pick a team that lost 63-10, don't you think?
It is. It's very hard.
I didn't see any of the game. I don't know if there were turnovers. I don't have any idea. I haven't even looked at it.
Mhm.
I was shocked. I went 8-2 last week with my best bets, and this is one I missed, and this was one of the ones I was the most sure on.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how that works?
This was 6.5 points. I thought, well, Indiana might win, but 6.5. I just thought Illinois would be too physical for them. And Alex said, I didn't see any of it.
But yeah, we were Wendy's getting food for the way home, and they had it on, and Indiana scored 14 points while we were waiting.
It was just
Jesus. There's nobody around those guys.
No, they were just so much faster.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they went up there and under it. I don't know. You get beat 63-10.
Yeah.
How come they're not firing that guy? He lost 63.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know anything about USC. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I watched them. I watched
You watched Michigan State.
Watch the Michigan State game. It looks like a typical Lincoln Riley team.
Well, this is the kind of games he loses. I don't think he's going to. I don't know if they cover. I'm staying away from this game too, but I like USC.
I like the over. I think that goes over 60.5. USC's defense isn't very good. They allowed Michigan State to get back in the game. It looks like like I said, it looks like a Lincoln Riley type of team.
If it goes over, they're going to win.
I would agree. I think they win. I don't know if they cover. I could see it going back and forth, 38-35, something like that. I could also see him covering as well. I think it's right there. I'm with you. I don't think we know enough about USC yet.
No, that's the thing.
Because they haven't really played anybody. And
Purdue's probably the best team. Well, Purdue and Michigan State are just, they're average.
Illinois is better. And so I just kind of feel like we don't know enough about USC to get a real good look at this game yet. So this
been on the road.
What's that?
Has USC been on the road?
They were at Purdue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that game was at Purdue. All right, go to this one here. Very, very, very interesting line, I thought here. Notre Dame goes on the road to take on Arkansas. Arkansas back-to-back, just brutal losses. We live about an hour and 30 minutes from the campus. They're going insane. They're wanting to fire a coach. And look, it's just a brutal way to lose both those games, fumbling in the last seconds. They get Notre Dame, and Notre Dame only a 3.5-point favorite here in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
7 o'clock game.
Yep.
Well, it's one of those things where, again, they against Memphis, first of all, they were coming off a demoralizing loss at Mississippi.
Yeah.
The coach didn't fumble the ball.
The Mississippi game had nothing to do with the coach. Yeah.
No, nothing.
No.
And so then they had to go play Memphis at Memphis, the biggest game Memphis has played. I don't know how long. Had to be packed. And Memphis is good. They might make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs if they win the rest of their games. They will.
Yep.
And they might win the rest of them. So the mystery is, when we were listening to it on the way down, they were dominating offensively. Arkansas was. They were doing whatever they wanted. And then they couldn't score in the second half. And the word I get is the quarterback was terrible in the second half. But so if you didn't know, it was 32-31, but there was still a lot of time left in the game. There was a couple of minutes left, and Memphis had all their timeouts. So Arkansas was trying to score a touchdown because a field goal with that much time left against an offense as good as Memphis, that wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
That would have put them up 34-32, a field goal would have. So they were trying to score and then go for two, and you got a 7-point lead, and they got to go score a touchdown and get an extra point to tie you, or they can go for two to try to beat you. Anyway, it's a lot harder to do that.
Yeah.
Well, the running back fumbled the damn ball.
Yep.
And it was one, and it was one of those plays where he was trying to get extra yards,
Which is stupid
which
in
is
that
stupid.
situation.
And everybody on that sideline was telling him, hold on to the ball.
Yep.
Do not fumble the ball. So sometimes, we've said this a million times, and I'm a former coach, and that's why I always say this. You can't control that. It's bad luck. The problem with Arkansas is they have too much of this.
I was going to say that's the problem. This happens to them all the time.
All the time. And I don't know whether they're jinxed. I don't know whether they play above their level. Sometimes you might have to think they're not as good as what they're playing, and that's because they're well coached and they can't win those games. But then you got to ask yourself, how do we get in this situation we never can win?
Right.
So I'm looking at this one. Notre Dame's not good at all defensively.
No, shockingly. No.
Am I crazy? I think that line's too high.
What do you mean? You think
That's not
it's
the
too many
line.
points?
Oh, yeah. I just got to think Notre Dame's going to get better defensively.
Oh, you mean that you think the total's too high?
I think the total is too much.
Okay, so total sitting at 64.5. I think it's a very interesting game. The narrative is, and what the rumor is Sam Pittman's going to be fired after this game.
What if they win?
And that's what I said. I said, so you just going to give this one up? I mean, we're not playing this game because
we're not going to win. We don't have a chance.
Yeah, the line says you got a great chance. So I think it's interesting. I think it'll be an interesting game to see. Okay, because as bad as things got last year for Oklahoma under Venables, they never quit. Like they always showed up and tried. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we've seen it before. Like you can kind of tell when the players are kind of out on the coach.
Yeah.
Because they show up, they don't play very well. Right. So I think this is a good barometer to see. Does he still have their attention? Will they come out and play a great game?
I'll be shocked if they don't.
I will be too.
Won't you?
Yes.
Don't you think they're going to lay it all out on the line?
Yes, I do.
They do. They don't quit.
That's what I would expect from them. Yeah.
I think the line is interesting. I thought it would be more than that. I did.
I thought it would be too.
So Vegas knows that Notre Dame's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that Arkansas is better than their 2-2. Arkansas is 2 plays away from being 4-0.
Right. Yeah.
And then that's against a ranked Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. And I'm shocked Memphis is not ranked this week.
Yep. So look,
how the hell is Illinois still ranked if they got beat 63-10?
Hard for me to take Notre Dame, or hard for me to take Arkansas.
I can't take them. I can't take them either.
Yeah.
But if I'm going under, I see 31-27.
Mm-hmm.
That's under.
Yep, that's under.
That's a ton of points.
And that's a Notre Dame covering as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. It should be a good game, though. I'll think it'll be entertaining. All right. Big game here as Vanderbilt just tries to keep this thing going. They're 4-0, ranked number 18 in the country. They host Utah State. Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt, a 21.5-point favorite. My first take on that was that's a lot of points.
It is.
I think I'm going to take Utah State in the points.
I was very impressed with Vanderbilt last week. They came out and just destroyed Georgia State after that huge win.
Yep.
At South Carolina, I thought they might be a little flat. No, they killed them. By the way, Georgia State beat them last year. And that was, I think, after they beat Alabama. Or it was one of those games. Then they beat South Carolina, too. I don't know. They had a couple of big wins. So they lost every one of them. I think this might be the second best team they've played. Utah
Probably.
State, Virginia Tech.
Yep.
They wouldn't beat South. Well, I don't know how good South Carolina is. Anyway, they wouldn't. South Carolina beat Utah State. So, yeah, 21.5 is a lot. but yeah, I don't know whether they cover that or not.
I think it's close. I think it's close. Yeah, Dennis says he thinks Vandy by like 17 to 24. Well, some of that covers and some of that doesn't, right?
Yeah, well, that's why you
And
stay away from it.
I could see it as well. I would take Utah State if I
I'm going to stay away from it because I just don't know.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but look, I'm picking the games here, so I'm going to take Utah
all right,
State.
that's fine.
But I don't know. I kind of think offensively, Utah State is good enough to cover that. That's where I'm at with it.
They're decent.
Kind of like when you picked UAB to cover against Tennessee, and they did. You did it because you said, look, they'll score some points. And like if you get to 20 points, let's say, that's really hard to cover 40.
Yeah, you better.
They were able to do that, you know.
So, lucky in that one.
You did, but again, you kind of knew, well, they could score a little bit. So that's where I'm at with Utah State. Now, again, it's only 21.5 instead of 40 last week with Tennessee. So that's a big difference. But it's Vanderbilt, not Tennessee. So that's a big difference too. All right. Ohio State goes on the road to take on Washington. First time Ohio State goes on the road.
Yep.
Washington, undefeated. They haven't played anybody. Ohio State played Texas. They weren't very good in that game. And then they had two weak opponents after that. I don't think Ohio State's looked great. I don't really know what Washington is, though. I know that's going to be a wild atmosphere. What do you think? I mean, is there a chance for an upset here? Ohio State is an 8.5-point favorite.
Ohio State, I believe, was 13-9 in the third quarter against Ohio. And Ohio's a good MAC team, if there is such a thing.
Right.
So they've shown no offense. Well, Grambling, come on. So they've shown no offense. This is going to be a tough game for them.
I think it is too.
I think Washington can beat them.
My only pause is I have no idea what Washington is.
Well, none of us do.
No.
But we know they're decent.
Yeah.
And I've got this one circled. I'm going to research it a little bit more. I like Washington. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think it's going to be a tough game for Ohio State.
I think it will be too. First road game for Ohio State, first road game for the new quarterback. New quarterback has not looked like great, obviously, but has a right to improve.
Sure.
I don't know what to do with this game. I wish I had a better feel for Washington because it could be a situation where you get up there and they kind of get overmatched at the line of scrimmage. And then what's going to happen? They're going to get their ass beat.
They are.
So
this is a tough game. I'd be scared if I saw Ohio State.
I would be nervous about this one.
We know it's tough. They'll win because that's who they are.
Yeah. We know it's tough to go to Washington and win when they're pretty good, though. So it'll be a tough atmosphere for them.
It will.
I would lean Ohio State, but not going to be shocked either way. All right. I've got a big opinion on this one. We'll see if I get let down. LSU and Ole Miss coming in here, both teams 4-0. I think LSU is the most overrated team in the country, and I don't think it's close. I like Ole Miss. I think they're pretty darn good. I think Ole Miss is going to get them this year. Give me Ole Miss in this game.
Well, we're going to differ on this one.
I know, because you're going to take this established program, and I get it.
I know. I totally agree with you. I think LSU is struggling mightily on offense. I really don't know why, but why they are. I don't know what's going on. Till I see Mississippi win a game like this, I just can't pick them, especially 1.5. Because, I'm going to go with LSU because +1. I may just go money line on that one.
Yeah. Well, look, I get it. You're going to just take the traditional program. Obviously, they are 4-0. They're not like they're having a bad season. I just think they're way, way overrated.
Well, I'm rooting for Ole Miss for sure.
I think Ole Miss will score. Look, everybody's saying how great this LSU defense is, right? Mm-hmm. They have played nobody that can move the football. Nobody. If they go to Ole Miss and hold them to like 20 points, I will then say, you're right. This defense is very good.
Yeah. That's
not going to happen. Ole Miss is going up and down the field on them. That's my prediction.
Well, if they do, they're going to win.
I think they're going to win this game.
LSU won't score enough.
Exactly. And that's why I think they're going to win the game. I think Mississippi's defense is questionable, but the LSU offense has been questionable. I just think Mississippi's going to get enough points to beat them. It's going to be crazy. win this game, you're in a really good spot. I think they
Mhm.
get it done. I think they get it done. So we're going to differ on that one. I think it'll be a hell of a game. I
Well,
can't wait for it.
I'm so glad we don't have a game this week.
I'm thrilled we don't have a game this week because also
So-
Michael Hawkins would be a quarterback for another
Oh,
week. if we
right.
had that.
But-
So,
Yep.
all
I'm
right,
looking forward
let's.
to
I
Saturday.
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. All right, but I feel it. Let's go now to Auburn and Texas A&M next. Another game I think is pretty fascinating, honestly.
Mhm.
I was very impressed with certain aspects of Auburn. I
Mhm.
thought their offensive line was just they're huge.
Mhm.
I like their defensive front as well. They take on A&M, a huge win against Notre Dame. Now they get the bye week. They're at home. A&M a 6.5-point favorite. I always get Texas A&M, wrong. I feel like I tend to want to take Auburn in the points in this game. Am I stupid?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Texas A&M in this game.
You love A&M. Okay.
I
All right.
saw the same thing with Auburn I've seen ever since Freeze has got their stupid critical mistakes at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And I don't see how Jackson Arnold's got anything left after getting killed in that game. He's a stud as far as physical. I mean,
Yes.
he took a beating. Can he come back? And you know they're coming after him.
Mm-hmm.
A&M's good. I just don't think Auburn's got enough in the tank to come all the way back across the country, or halfway across the country, and beat them. I don't think they got enough offense to beat them.
It's such a weird thing with Arnold because you do walk out of that game and go, man, I respect that hell out of that
Yeah.
guy. He's such a tough
Yeah.
guy, and he did make some plays in that game.
did,
but
but he
boy,
killed.
oh boy, if he's a little better.
We lose.
And I think Auburn's really good, but he's not.
He's not.
Mm-mm.
He missed
No.
some passes that would have won the
And
game.
It's the same stuff. He's playing at a much higher level. He's playing better for sure.
Oh, he is. He's
But
not bad.
the same problem started to creep into the game. He can't throw the ball deep very well.
No.
He should have turned it over a couple times, and we didn't take it.
Right.
And he holds onto the ball way too long.
Yep.
And those are the things that came up in that game. You look and you go, 10 sacks. My God, that offensive line must be bad. It's like, no, it's a lot of it's on the quarterback. It
Yeah.
really is. Because that happened last year a lot to us.
Mhm.
And you look back and it's like, well, shit, a lot of these he just needed to throw the ball away, you know?
Yes.
So anyway, I still lean Auburn. I think A&M chokes this game. I'm going to go Auburn.
All right.
I'm taking them. All right, let's keep going here now. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. Indiana now on the road taking on Iowa. They just won 63-10.
Mhm.
They're only 7.5-point
Look
favorites
at the
here.
total. Look at the point total, too.
The total's 48.5.
Yeah.
Indiana scored 63 last week, and the total's 48.5. Now, look, Iowa was in a 38-28 game last week as
Yeah.
well against Rutgers. Logic
Yep.
tells you this game should go over, but will it?
I am shocked at the total.
I
That's
do.
how much respect Iowa gets.
I know. And will they ugly this game up?
You know they will.
They didn't last week. They had to win
That's
for
right.
them a
Because I missed
shootout.
that one. I had the under, and that wasn't even close.
No,
I think it might have been a little. No, it was 46, I think, last
it was
week.
final score was 38-28. So yeah.
I thought Iowa looked pretty good offensively last week.
Yes.
This is my second favorite team. We
Yep.
know that.
Yep.
I'm picking them in an upset.
Oh my God. I can't do it. I'm going Indiana. I can't do it. I just can't.
I don't know whether they're going to win, but I'm taking the points, and I'm going to trust Vegas this time. Aren't you shocked? This thing's not more than that.
I was blown away by the total.
Yeah, I thought they'd be 10-point favorites.
I was blown away by the total. Oh
Iowa-
man. I
I
can't take Iowa. I can't.
This is going to be a fun game.
Oh, all these
It's
teams
on
are.
Peacock. Do we not get that?
It is on. Yeah, it's on Peacock.
I don't
You
think
get
we
that.
get that.
You
Huh?
get it. You
Yeah,
had
okay.
that. I'll have to
Alright.
come over and show you how to get it. You can get it. I'll have
Well,
to show you
there's
how.
so many damn games. Anyway,
I know.
I love watching them play. I'd rather watch them play than anyone except OU.
Yep.
I
Well,
absolutely love the way they play.
we listen, we're going to be opposite again on this one. So yeah, 3 or 4 in a row here. All right, let's go to Tennessee now and Mississippi State. Tennessee 7.5-point favorite. They do go on the road. Mississippi State is undefeated. I'm not sure I'm totally bought in on them yet.
Nope.
But it is, it's a road, first true road game for
It's
Tennessee.
a hard one.
Yeah, what do you think?
If they better be ready to play.
I think they'll be ready.
I do too. They kind of had a week off last week to get over the Georgia thing. I like them to cover. I do think they'll struggle a little bit early.
I think Tennessee covers this game. So we're on the same page now. I'm with you. I could see a little bit of a scare for a while. I just think Tennessee's a lot better. And I'm not sold on Mississippi State at all.
No.
So, all right, let's keep going here. Arizona and Iowa State. This is my second favorite team, Iowa State.
Well, they're my third.
6.5-point favorites here, and 49.5 the total. So I mean, Iowa and Iowa State, they are the same.
They're the same thing.
Arizona, they're 3-0. They had a decent enough, I guess, win over K-State last week.
Well,
or was that 2 weeks ago? That may have been 2 weeks ago. It doesn't matter.
They were off last week.
That's right. So anyway, what do you think about this game? Arizona State traveling out to Ames.
I'm glad they're not going to Arizona. I like it better at Ames. They had a week off too.
Yep. They needed it.
Yeah. They had their big scare. I'm so mad at myself for not betting that one because I knew they were going to struggle down at Jonesboro. I guess
they sure did too. They look like shit.
And we kind of expected them to do that before they actually did it, because that's what they do. They're going to be ready for this one. Give me the Cyclones to cover.
Yeah, I like the Cyclones in this game as well. I'm with you. All right, we're on the same side. Now, will we be on the same side for the next two games? These are the two biggest ones of the day, and we've had some huge ones already. But Oregon, Penn State, that's where game day will be. It is no doubt the biggest game of the weekend. 4-0 Oregon, 3-0 Penn State. You could really say neither one of them have played anybody. Penn State has really played nobody. Oregon has played a couple teams that have a heartment, maybe.
But
Penn State, 3.5-point favorite here. Going to be a whiteout at night. Can they get the job done?
It's so cool watching that whiteout.
It's going to be a hell of a night.
When they do a whiteout, they do a whiteout. It's fantastic.
This is the night you dream of as a college football fan. You got Oregon, Penn State, Alabama, Georgia. Yeah.
Find something where you got them on this two on the screen at the same time.
Yep.
We know nothing about either one of them. That's what makes this so hard.
I agree. We really don't.
No. Neither one of them's had any kind of a test.
We basically are basing a lot of it on last year with these.
That's what you got. That's exactly right. Yeah. If you base on last year, you pick Oregon. Oregon has played two, like you said, they played Northwestern and Oregon State, which they're neither one any good when you get right down to it.
Yeah.
Penn State's played what? Nevada. They played Villanova.
Yeah.
And some other dumper. Well, I know we're going to be opposite on this one. I'm taking the Nittany Lions to get a big win.
All right. I will take Oregon plus the 3.5. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think Penn State is going to win. Don't you think this could be a field goal game one way or the other?
Yeah, I think that line may go down.
Yeah, I like Oregon with plus 3.5 points. I'll say that. I really don't know who's going to win. I think it's a coin flip game, so I'll take that team and get the point.
I won't bet it if that 5 is still on the end of that 3. It's got to get down to 3.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And it might.
And at least I get a push.
It feels like 3.5 is a little much.
I think so too.
Game. Mike says Oregon traveling for the far west to the far east, very tough. The only good news is the game's at 6:30.
Yeah,
so
that is true though. That's true.
I don't worry as much about it when it's a night game though.
Yeah, I don't know how good they are. They didn't really score a lot at Northwestern.
No, they did not.
That's a little bit scary. How good are they offensively?
Yeah, last year they won this game because Penn State could not stop them. They just absolutely could not stop them. Is that going to be the case this year?
We don't know yet. That's the deal.
We don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. I think this is a spot where if Penn State does lose this game, it's going to be a lot of this is the same thing,
Oh,
right?
there's no doubt. Yep.
This is a pivotal moment in their
This
season.
may be the only game they lose when you
Yes.
look at their schedule.
If Penn State loses, I think there's going to be some panic. If Oregon loses the game, I don't think there's panic. I think there's, hey, we'll whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, give me Oregon plus 3.5. All right, let's go to another one we're opposite on. All right, now let's go to Alabama, Georgia here. It's Georgia here at home. They're minus 3.5, taking on Alabama. Last time they went on the road, they were embarrassed by Florida State. Are you buying into Alabama here in this spot?
No. I thought Georgia would be favored more.
Am I crazy for this statement I'm getting ready to say? I think Georgia's a lock in this game.
Yeah, I like them at this point spread. I thought they'd be 7 or 8.
I don't know why we should buy into Alabama yet.
No, they haven't done anything yet.
No. Okay, you lost the first game. Everybody's like, well, next, they've just been great these next 2 games. They've played horrible teams.
Yeah, they have. When's the last time one of these teams has been in double digits in the rankings?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, did Bama drop last year? They probably did last year.
I don't think when they played Georgia, I don't think they.
Oh, no, not when they played Georgia. Yeah, I got you. When they matched up. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
I don't think Alabama's got enough.
I don't either.
Georgia's not near as good defensively as they've been, but they have actually played somebody that's damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And they won. How? I don't know, but they've still got that mystique. Now, Alabama's had their number. They've beat them a few times over this great streak that Georgia's been on.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be the only thing. You never, are surprised when Alabama wins. I'm going Georgia. I think they win by at least 7.
I think they're going to double-digit win here. And Rob may be right. He says you think maybe Georgia's not as good as we think.
I don't think they are.
I don't have them like – I don't think they're a world beater. Okay. Until Bama shows me something, I can't support them in this game because the one thing I do know, Georgia's pretty good, right? They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Alabama is.
They went to Tennessee, and I'm telling you, Tennessee played fantastic.
Yep.
Tennessee's pretty good. Yeah. Georgia's so fortunate. They've got all their tough games at home.
I know.
They got Texas. It's at home.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Anyway, this will be a great one, no doubt.
They should win this game. They should.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. If they don't, it's a major disappointment for Georgia, and it's a really nice step for Alabama, obviously.
No doubt.
You get and that's, listen, you talk about coaching searches. That's one we didn't mention.
Yeah. Oh, if they get beat bad.
Let's say it's 41-24. Not saying that's going to happen, but based on the evidence, I don't know how you can sit here and say that's not possible, because I think it's possible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is in a lot of trouble.
Well, you better believe it.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right, 2 to go here. This is it's weird that we get this week. Missouri takes on UMass. Missouri's a 43.5-point favorite. I mean, is there any? Let's just talk about Missouri as a whole. Nice start to the season. They were favored to beat Kansas. They were favored to beat South Carolina, but they did it. So you got to give them credit for that, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ever going to play a road game.
I know.
They don't play next week on the road either, or their next game. I don't know when it is. Yeah, they're going to win easy. I thought they should have beat South Carolina worse than they did.
Yeah.
That's the other game I missed last week. I was confident that they would beat them.
Yeah.
Even with the quarterback for South Carolina.
Yeah.
But they did win. They took care of business. They're going to be 5-0 after this one. I think they play maybe A&M next.
I believe you're right.
So, and it's at home. Whoever they play is at home. Then they finally play a road game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is just a walk in the park. This guy's done a great job at Missouri. He says some goofy stuff, but he's done a fantastic job.
He has. Got to
Yep.
give him a lot of credit. Yes,
Yep.
5-0 Missouri going in to the rest of the league play after this one. All right. Interesting game here. After all of the major ones, you got a 9:15 start for us locally. BYU and Colorado. BYU a 6.5-point favorite here on the road. Colorado, I don't think they're just horrific, but they're not very good. We don't know what BYU is, so this is a very interesting game to
It
me.
is. I think they're better in Colorado, though.
I do too. Yeah.
I think they'll cover this one. I'm pretty confident in this one.
Yeah, it's not a long trip for them. I don't really know what's going on with Colorado. I don't know how crazy the crowd will be, anything like that. I don't know about 6.5 points. I think it could be closer than that. Could be.
I don't know how much interest is in a Colorado team that's 2-2.
I don't either.
They got a lot of stuff to do out there. One of which is not watch a 2-2 Colorado team.
Correct. I agree with that 100%. Interesting game. I'll take BYU. I'm with you though on that. All right. Any other games you have?
I don't have as many this week, but there's a couple I like.
Okay.
All right. The first, I always go to the ACC. They're tough.
Okay.
All right. Duke.
Okay.
5.5-point favorite at Syracuse.
So Syracuse starting quarterback will not play in this game.
Oh, I didn't know that. Scratch it.
So that's the big.
Okay, that's the reason.
Okay.
I think they still might win.
I don't think it's impossible. Duke's not very good, but I did get reports that their backup quarterback is not great.
Okay.
So,
all right. That's the reason then, because I looked at that and I said, there is no way.
Yeah.
Louisville, that's gone up a point since 10 o'clock. I did this.
Uh-huh.
They're now 4.5. They were 3.5. I'm going to watch that one closely because I think they cover that. I don't like Pittsburgh that well.
I am very skeptical of this game one way or another.
All right.
Because I've seen Louisville lose at Pittsburgh where they shouldn't have before. So I think it's a huge game for Louisville.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm going to give them a little bit of credit. In the Big 12, there's always games in the Big 12 to look at.
Yeah.
Utah coming off a shellacking at the hands of Texas Tech. We're not talking about them this week, Tech, because they don't play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great win.
They are impressive.
Yep.
13.5.
It's a lot.
Morgantown. I think they might win, but I don't think they cover that.
West Virginia has not been very good, but Utah now, you look at that, they haven't been very good either. Sure, they were hanging their hat. Hey, we beat UCLA like a drum. Well, everybody did. So, yeah, I'm skeptical of them for sure.
I like the Mountaineers. That's that place they got a great fan base. 2-2 don't mean anything to them. They'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be ready for that one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one in the Big 12 is an interesting game. Central Florida.
Ooh, Kansas State, yeah.
Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
K-State's a 6.5-point favorite. And the K-State teams I've seen is not going to win that game by 6.5.
Yeah.
And Central Florida is playing pretty well. You know what? Guys are just in places sometimes. And Scott Frost is at a place where he thrives.
Amazingly enough. Yeah. Yeah.
He's not the only one that can't win in Nebraska, though. We got to laugh at that too. But anyway, I just don't think K-State covers that.
I don't either.
And then the Baylor-Oklahoma State game. How does Baylor not win by more than 20?
I'm kind of sick of Baylor at this point.
Yeah, I know they bit you.
Well, I did pick them to beat SMU, but then they've lost at home to Arizona State and Auburn, and it pissed me off both times. So, but how do they not win by 4 or 5 touchdowns in that game?
Especially with the turmoil. Because they can score.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma State can't. Even though Baylor's defense is not very good. And you look at that total, 57.5. How could Oklahoma State score more than 14?
I don't
in
know.
That game. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of rally cry. I just don't think so.
A couple of dumper games here.
I'll do one. Let me do one in the Big 12 here. This is one I thought. Kansas minus 4.5 against Cincinnati. I kind of like Kansas in that game.
I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Okay. Who else you got?
Well, I just got a couple of dumpers from the Conference USA. Our local Conference USA team, Missouri State.
Yeah.
In the first year in Division I, takes on the best team in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
And 4.5 point. Western Kentucky is only a 4.5 point favorite. I don't see that happening. Give me Western
Don't you
Kentucky.
think Western Kentucky wins this pretty
Yes,
easily?
I do.
do.
I'm surprised at that line.
Yeah, I would be shocked if if they don't cover that game. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, that one shocks me.
Yeah.
That's giving Missouri State an awful lot of respect, I think. And maybe they deserve it. I don't know. They played SMU really close.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was an ugly game.
It was. So
that's my best bet of the
I like that one.
Yeah.
And I think Louisiana Tech's 4.5 points better. I mean, I think they're better than UTEP.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that.
Those are two that I kind of like. And those when you're betting those small conferences, though, you never know in those crazy things what's going to happen.
I do think when you're betting the small conferences and you see a team like Western Kentucky who year after year is pretty reliable.
Yeah.
I do think you can bet them with some confidence. You know what they are. You know what week to week, you kind of know what they're going to do. They're going to score a lot of points. They're going to give up some points, but they're usually pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. So that's all I got in college.
Okay. I liked almost all those you just mentioned. So that means you're going to lose this week. All right. Let's go to the NFL now. Well, yeah, listen, you saw my luck in college football first.
Yes, I did.
Every game looks like I'm going to win, and then every game at the end comes down to a field goal.
No. And it'll turn around. It always does.
No, I know, but it's like I should have went 4-0, and I went 2-2 because stupidity. All right. Yeah. Want to kill this team, Arizona. Let's talk about them to get it kicked off here. They should have beat San Francisco.
Oh,
and they didn't. Because they're losers. But now they get home for Thursday Night Football against Seattle. Seattle, a team, I was dead wrong on that team.
Yeah.
And I was right week one. I picked San Francisco to beat them, and it happened. Seattle's been very good since.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think here? This is an interesting game. Seattle is a 1.5 point favorite.
I never picked the Cardinals. Never.
And I pick them way too much.
I'm picking them.
You're picking them.
I think they're winning.
I think this game goes over. I think 43.5 is pretty low.
You do?
Yeah, I think it goes over.
All right.
Seattle's been scoring, and I think Arizona will score a little bit at home. I'll take the Cardinals if you want to take a side, but
I never pick them, but I just got a feeling they're going to win this one.
All right, Cardinals for both of us. I go over 43.5. Like that bet. All right, we're going overseas now, and they're always fun games.
Yeah.
Going over to Dublin for the Vikings and the Steelers. Both teams are 2-1. I don't think either one you feel great about, but they are 2-1. Minnesota 2.5 point favorite here. Total sits at 40.5. What do you like here?
Well, Minnesota's not near as good as the score says last week.
No.
I don't know how many points they scored off turnovers, but tons. I like the Steelers to get this one.
This is a toughie, huh? Man.
Yeah, it's tough.
I took Minnesota only because I watched a lot of that game last week of the Steelers. I watched a lot of them the week before when they played Seattle.
They're not very good.
I don't think they're good at all. So I'm going Minnesota.
Is Bosa on the Steelers?
No.
Joey Bosa's.
You talking about the one that got hurt? He's for San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do not like the Steelers team very much, but I don't love Minnesota either, but I'm going to take them in this game.
Okay.
Big game here between Washington and the Falcons. Falcons desperately need a win. They're a weird team. They played really well against Tampa, but lost. They played extremely well against Minnesota on the road and won. They got jacked against Carolina last week. They got beat to hell. And then you got a Commanders team 2-1. You know, they lost the game that you kind of thought they were going to lose. They beat who they're supposed to beat. 1.5 point favorite here.
I never bet on Atlanta. I'm not betting them this week either.
Give me Washington. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me Washington. Yes, you're thinking of TJ Watt on the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they all look the same, right?
Give me. I don't watch them that close. Give me
white defensive ends. They all look the same, right?
Yeah. Well, pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Saints and Bills next here. And the Bills are a 16.5-point favorite. You hardly ever see a spread that high, but it's probably deserving.
Probably deserving, but
yeah,
I can't bet that. 16.
No, it's a skip game. The Saints are just, could they go winless?
Well, they might beat Atlanta.
Maybe it could be Carolina. Maybe
they're bad.
They're brutal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they're probably going to get worse too. That's the thing.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be ugly. All right, let's go to the Browns and the Lions. And the Browns did the funniest thing. They were able to beat Green Bay in one of the worst fashions, but they won.
They did.
Watching that whole game was like, wow, if they had any offense at all, they might be a decent team. They take on Detroit. They go to Detroit this week. I don't think they're going to stop Detroit. I think this could get ugly. What about you?
Was Detroit not good the other night?
They were very good. That was
really a good game.
Yeah.
Because I hate Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed the hell out of it. When is Goff going to get credit for how good he is?
Yeah, he has those games where he's just awful and they hang on that, but a lot of times he plays very, very well.
I think he's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
They should cover this, but it's always sketchy when you're coming off Monday night, Sunday night. Was it Monday night or Sunday? It was Monday.
It's Monday, yeah.
So you got a short week. There was a lot of doubters, and now everybody loves you again. You have a little bit of a letdown because Cleveland's defense is good, but I've got to take Detroit.
Detroit, easy. I'm sorry. I'm not buying into the Browns. Detroit, easy for me.
Here's my favorite right here.
The Panthers and the Patriots, a horrible football game here. Patriots had all kinds of chances to win last week. Couldn't do it. I think they fumbled more than Arkansas. The Panthers, what a win. Nice. Good on the Panthers here. What do you think about this game? 5.5-point favorite for New England.
It's my favorite game of the week. Give me the Panthers. Ooh. I don't think New England's worth a shit. 5.5, they can't beat anybody by 5.5.
I love it. Your favorite game of the week. It's Carolina.
No, I said it's my favorite bet.
No, I know it's still funny. My favorite bet is Carolina. Is something that doesn't happen often.
I thought they played okay. Where was it? Down at Arizona, they made a great comeback in the second half.
Yes,
and they rode that.
Yep,
they slaughtered Atlanta.
They played very well last week. They played very well in the second half of the Arizona game. The first 6 quarters of the seasons, they were horrible. The next 6 quarters, they were pretty good. I agree.
So we're going to find out something. And remember, they came on strong at the end of last year.
They did. Yep.
And what's his name's playing pretty good. New England better win this game, or they may win 2 or 3 all year long. So, I think Carolina is the main competition for our Buccaneers in the division. They kind of worry me.
I would agree. I think they're pretty good. I think they're I said before the season, I think they can win 7 or 8. So and I still
going to win 7 or 8. They got to win this one.
You're right. I'll take Carolina plus 5.5 as well. I'm not quite as confident as you on it though, because after all, it is Carolina. All right. Chargers and the Giants. Chargers 3-0, Giants 0-3. Chargers are a 6.5-point favorite here on the road, so it is a West Coast team traveling to the East. That's always tough, no doubt about it. Jackson Dart going to be the starting quarterback for the Giants as well. I think that is definitely a positive thing for sure. But the Chargers team's pretty good. Defense is pretty good. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, this is kind of a trap game. I think they're going to win. I don't know if they cover.
Same.
It's one of those games where the Giants they're awful on offense, but they play pretty hard.
I would agree with that.
Defense plays pretty hard.
I would agree with that.
They're still trying.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
They get drubbed in this one, then you really got problems. So they're going to give everything they've got. The Chargers are riding high. They're one of the best teams in the league right now. They need to keep winning. These are games they got to win. They
Yep.
got that 2-game lead over the Chiefs. You can't go to New York and lose. So I just question whether they're going to cover. I think they're going to.
I think they're going to cover this game late. I think this will be a real scary game.
I do too.
But I do think they'll. I don't want to bet the Giants. I just don't. But I would not be shocked if they cover. I wouldn't be totally shocked if there's an upset. It's a tough spot, and the Chargers coming off of that was a big game against the Broncos. They had to work that out and had to really gut it out.
Haven't they played 3 straight games against conference opponents?
Who was their second win?
Opponents? Didn't they play the?
Oh yeah. They played the Raiders. They played the Raiders.
They played the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Broncos. These are all division games, which are tough.
Yeah.
And they've won them all. This is just a tough spot, I think.
Tough spot for sure. I do think the Chargers win the game, though. I do. I just don't. I don't. Look, I think Jackson Dart's a big upgrade. I don't really know why he didn't play, and maybe we're going to find out. I hope not, though, because I do like him, actually. I think they're going to play well. Like, I kind of listen, the Giants, they should have won against the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys might be the worst team in the league, but they should have beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And
they would have, except for a 64-yard field goal.
Exactly. And they are addicted, like they can't win
because
they had all kinds of chances past that. But then that game last week against the Chiefs, if they looked just as good as the Chiefs did,
they did.
They just had an idiot quarterback. So
they can play.
I don't know. I think Jackson Dart makes them at least competitive in this game. So we'll go with that. All right, Eagles and the Bucks. This one I'm looking forward to the most here.
Me too.
Eagles are a 3.5-point favorite on the road here against the Bucks. The Bucks are 3-0, but really they haven't looked great. 3 last-second comeback wins. The Eagles are 3-0. I don't think they've looked that great either, but it's hard to win games, and both of them are 3-0. What do you like in this one?
You just have to be 3-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter how. So, I love watching both of these teams play. They're fun to watch.
Yep.
The Eagles stole one last week.
Yes.
And you could say Tampa stole one 3 weeks in a row.
Well, Tampa
had that game under control.
Tampa blew one and stole one in the same game.
That's right. I'm really looking forward to this one. Tampa, of course, is so fun to watch. If you're a Baker Mayfield fan, if you're not, you don't like them at all.
Right.
Give me the Bucks and the points.
I took the Bucks plus the 3.5 as well. I feel like this is going to be a very close game again. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa wins, but it might be by a field goal. And look at their scores. That's kind of what it's been by. So give me plus 3.5 here for the Bucks. All right. Houston is 0-3. The Titans 0-3. Houston's a 7.5-point favorite in this game. I mean, they have to win this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think they actually will, though?
Yes. They won't cover.
You don't think that? Yeah.
Well, you have to score some points to cover.
Yeah.
They can't score.
No. It's bad.
On offense. They should be 3-0.
They easily could be.
Yeah. Must win, have to win. They have to. Tennessee, just not very good.
I'm kind of with you, though. How can you pick them to cover when you're thinking, well, they might only score 17 points?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on here. Colts and the Rams next. The Rams absolutely blew that game. They should be 3-0. They take on the Colts, who are 3-0. It's in LA, but what does that really mean? Probably be more Colts fans than Rams fans.
Yep.
Rams are minus 3.5. What do you think?
Colts have been very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Rams have 2, except they blew that game.
Yep.
I think the Rams, I think they'll be ready. So I'm going to take them to cover. I don't think Indy's played anybody yet.
Yep. I'm with you. Give me the Rams minus 3.5 here in this one. I think the Indy thing kind of dies down a little bit. Although, look, they've taken care of business. They went out last week in a letdown type of game, and they won easy. So you got to give them credit.
They're good.
Credit. I think it ends this week, though. All right, San Francisco and Jacksonville next here. San Francisco -3.5 in this one. Jacksonville, they're 2-1. You know, they're not horrible. 49ers are 3-0. They're not great. I don't think. A lot of injuries as well to this team. Can they keep winning despite these injuries? That's the question.
Is Purdy back?
Purdy, I don't think will be back for this game. No.
Well, they were lucky to win last week.
I think the Cardinals are a better team though than Jacksonville.
Yeah, I do too. And I don't think Jacksonville can go way out there and win.
I don't either.
So I'm going to take the 49ers.
I took them too. I don't really want to bet a whole lot on them though.
At 3.5 is a lot.
Yeah.
They're struggling to score too. Man, they got injuries everywhere.
Yeah, so, they're a cursed team, no doubt about it.
If they get this one and they start the season 4-0 without all those injuries, if they can start getting healthy, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yep. I'm with you. Give me the 49ers. Not confident in that game. Okay, let's go to this one. Pretty damn big game between 1-2 teams. I don't think either one of them thought they'd be here. Baltimore goes on the road to take on Kansas City. It is Baltimore that's a 2.5-point favorite here, probably deservingly so. To me, this Baltimore team is just a disaster. Like this team is way better than 1-2, and have looked better than 1-2 during a large portion of their games. The Chiefs really haven't looked good all year. I lean Baltimore, but can they actually go win a game? I'm not sure.
I'm not either. I lean that way too. I thought the Chiefs in the first half was pitiful against the Giants. That was the worst football I ever watched.
Yep.
But somehow they were ahead, I think, 9-6, because the Giants are so bad. They did play a little better in the second half offensively. I don't know what's wrong with them. Their offensive line is pathetic. I don't know. There's issues. I keep waiting for them to straighten it out. I don't know if they're going to or not. I got to take the Ravens from what my eyes have seen, but when you bet the Ravens, you're taking your lives in your hands because you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's hard to actually go up and say I'm gonna bet the Ravens with confidence because they're the Ravens, and we've seen this too many times. I just think they're a lot better than Kansas City. Now, again,
they are on paper.
They just have a way of proving you wrong week after week. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet this because I just don't feel confident. I've seen Baltimore lose too many. I mean, I had Detroit on Monday night. I wasn't for sure they were going to win. But I got them at 5.5, and I thought 5.5, the Lions, 5.5-point underdogs against this screwball bunch,
right?
You know, and that's why it's sketchy when you bet Baltimore. It's just,
I just don't understand Baltimore, and I don't get it. Like, if people want to blame Lamar, I think it's not him. It's just
they scored 28 points.
Yeah, they just find ways to lose games. And I just don't think Kansas City's good enough to beat them, though. But
well, I don't either. And, you know, I really Mahomes, there's a lot of people, he's not playing very well. Well, he's running for his life.
Yeah.
He's got to start wearing down.
Yeah, I think he's playing well.
One of these days, I'm going to have nothing. Well, I don't have anything to do, but one of these days, I'm going to remember it. And just sit and try to calculate how many yards he runs all over the field.
Yeah.
Whether it's sideways, backwards, forwards.
Yeah.
Because every play he goes back to pass, he's darting and going this way and going that way because he's got to avoid a rush. Well, you can't throw the ball very good whenever you're you run all over the place.
Yep.
They've got to get him some protection somehow.
Yeah, they do. I could see this being kind of a high scoring game, and I just think Baltimore overall a better team than Kansas City. It is in Arrowhead. It is an absolutely massive game. Maybe the Chiefs can get this one, kind of get back on track. I don't know. Like, if the Chiefs lose, they're 1-3. Are they going to be able to be a playoff team? I really don't know.
If they
Baltimore loses, they're 1-3. What does that look like? I mean, this is a huge game.
It is. If the Chiefs lose and San Diego and the Chargers win, they're 3 games behind. And they're looking wild card.
I agree. Yep.
And that's stupid to say because there's 13 games left after this one.
I know, but still, you know how it is. It's hard. It's hard to come
Well,
back.
and you got to look at it like this too for the Chiefs. They would have lost to the Chargers, the Eagles, and the Ravens. That's not exactly bad teams.
Yep.
So they got time, to get going. But it's going to be the mental part of it. It's going to be mentally. They're going to start fighting amongst themselves, I think.
Yep, I agree.
They may already be doing that. I don't know.
I agree. I think the loser of this game's in a weird spot. No doubt
Yeah,
about
it. I do too. But I wouldn't write them up yet.
Speaking of weird games, the Bears and the Raiders are going to meet in Las Vegas this weekend, and it's the Bears who are a 1.5-point favorite on the road against the Raiders. Give me the home underdog here with the Raiders. What do you think?
I'll agree.
Yeah,
I will agree.
I don't want to bet Chicago.
I did think the Bears looked pretty good the other night.
I think you and I and 9 other people could look good against the Cowboys.
That's true.
That's one of the worst. Okay, let's talk Cowboys next. Packers and Cowboys next here. Cowboys here at home. Packers are a 6.5-point favorite in this game. This is my lock of the week in the NFL. One of them, Packers, for me, all day long. This Cowboys team is complete garbage.
Yeah, they are. They really are. They need to gut it. Starting with the quarterback and just get somebody else and just start all over. And because they're just not very good.
Yeah.
The only thing with Green Bay is I'm not sold on them offensively. I don't think they're very good on offense.
Well, I've got good news for you. They're playing a defense that I can't even believe how bad that defense is.
It is bad.
Yeah.
And Lamb is out on offense, right?
Yeah. Most likely.
If Green Bay doesn't cover this, they got issues.
Yeah.
The only way they won't is if offensively you're right. I don't see how they can't score against Dallas.
If they can't, they've got big problems.
It's bad. So yeah.
Green Bay for me. All right. Really, really exciting Monday Night Football game to kick it off.
Both games are just great, aren't they?
Well, it's one of those fun things. We got 2 games that'll be going on at the same time, and that's awesome. The Jets and the Dolphins, 2 0-3 teams, 2 teams that I can't believe are this bad. Well, I can actually. Miami is a 2.5-point favorite. You want to take the Dolphins as a favorite here, or do you want to go with those underdog scrappy Jets?
I'm going with the Jets.
I am too.
I don't think they're that bad. They played pretty good down in Tampa. They showed life. They could have quit. They didn't.
Yeah.
Miami, they played better than Buffalo the other night.
They did.
If they get beat, their coach is probably history.
Yep. He'll be searching for college jobs that we just talked about.
That's right. Yeah, you can go to Oklahoma State.
Imagine going to Miami to Oklahoma State. That doesn't sound fun. Jets for both of us. All right. Yep. And then finally, the Bengals and the Broncos. Listen, everything that could go wrong did go wrong for Cincinnati last week. I don't think they're as bad as what we saw there. Broncos, listen, they're desperate. They need a win. 2 straight games they lost. A last-second field goal. 7.5-point favorite here. What do you think?
I like the Bengals and the points, but Denver's going to win.
All right. I kind of like Denver. I think they beat the hell out of them.
I'm
kind of with Mike. I think they're going to win pretty easy in this one.
Why don't they go 6-15 and 8-15?
I have no idea. That's a great question.
The other night they did.
Yep.
That second game didn't start till like 9, did it?
Yep. This one.
How could you have 2 shittier games than this?
It's bad. Yeah.
Especially that first one. Who the hell? Look at that. 0-3.
Yeah, I know. It's just really bad. Kevin said he'd rather watch Bob Baffert and Osama bin Laden. Oh my goodness. Osama bin Laden talk ethics and integrity than that game. Well, Kevin, Osama's dead. You can't, that can't happen.
I understand your point, though. And I totally agree with you. I would rather watch anybody talk about anything than watch this.
I will watch the Denver Cincinnati game, but I won't watch the Jets or the Dolphins.
No, the Jets and Dolphins. They should have shipped them over to Dublin or London or wherever that other one is.
So look at the ticket cost for that
I
game,
saw that.
$799. Can you imagine paying $799 to watch the Jets and the Dolphins?
I wouldn't pay $7.99 to watch the two they're paying $799 for. Those people they got more money than that, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Can you imagine paying $800 in Dublin, Ireland
No.
to see? I don't get it. You know, they don't know who these guys are, and I don't know.
Let's pretend the Steelers and the Vikings were playing in Joplin, Missouri. Okay. And you could just drive 5 minutes to go to the game, right?
I'd give $7.99.
Would you now seriously would you give how much would you give? Like what's your max?
I just told you I wouldn't go if they were right outside the door.
Oh, you would too.
No, I wouldn't.
I would
I
give,
could care less.
all right.
I wouldn't go if there was a massive crowd. I would not go.
Okay, that's all right. All right.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't fight the traffic to go see. Why I'm going to go around telling people I went to see the Vikings and the Steelers.
Well, if they were here in Joplin, I would go to the game.
You would?
Yeah. I would. I mean, I
Well,
would pay $7.99, but I would go.
I would hope you wouldn't pay $7.99.
No, maybe $50. All right.
$50?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. NFL game, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to baseball real quick. I wanted to cover
Right.
where the last week of the season here, most teams have about 4 to 5, I think 4 games left, actually.
Mhm.
All right. So the Yankees and the Blue Jays, it's a 1-game difference there.
Yankees coming on strong.
Boston, they're in Toronto. Yankees don't have a hard schedule left. They're at home against the White Sox, and then they're at home against Baltimore. Yankees might win that.
They might.
This is the interesting one.
Oh, my God.
The Guardians have caught the Tigers. The Guardians do have the tiebreaker over the Tigers. Tigers lost 7 in a row. They've blown a 14-game lead in this division. Unfreaking believable.
My buddy is beside himself.
Yeah.
He's a Tigers fan.
Even worse for the Tigers. Skubal was defeated last night.
Right.
And so now 2 more games.
Did you see any of that?
I watched all of it.
What'd they do? Bunt 3 times or something?
They blew the game.
Yeah.
It was.
And they lost. Yeah. And they wasted their pitcher.
Yep. And then a guy gets hit square in the face with a pitch trying to bunt. That was amazing. That happened.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
And then
2 more games there in Cleveland. We'll see.
And then Detroit ends with Boston.
Detroit and Boston, which might be for a wild card. We'll get to the wild card in a second. So it's a crazy. This is why I want to talk about it. It's a very crazy finish to the season. Out in the West, the Mariners got hot and they're going to win that division.
Yes, they are.
They haven't got it clinched yet, but they're going to win it. We'll talk about the wild card in a second.
Houston's fading like crazy too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them in a second for the wild card. Philly's already in, the Brewers already in, and then this is the only one in the National League. It's down to a game and a half because the Dodgers cannot close out games. They lost another one last night. They're ahead 4-0, ended up losing 5-4 to the Diamondbacks. We'll talk about them in a second for the wild card. I think the Dodgers are going to hold on. I wouldn't be shocked though if they don't.
No, me neither. But San Diego can't win a game. They got to win.
San Diego really should have won this division, but they could not win either. So we'll see what happens. I do think the Dodgers get it done. All right, wild card. As we look at it now, so Detroit, the good news for Detroit fans, and it is the only piece of good news, they are still in the playoffs because the Houston Astros are playing terrible as well. 1 game ahead. But you mentioned it. They're going to be on the road against the Red Sox. So they finish at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. That series could be for a playoff spot, depending on what Houston does. Very interesting. Do you think the Tigers are going to drop out of all of it? That's my question.
I don't know. They have lost. They've just been terrible.
Yeah.
They were 21 games above 500 at the All-Star break.
Yep.
And they were like 21 or 20 or some 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yep.
A month ago. They were up by 10 games.
Yep.
And then Cleveland's come on and they're playing great. So I don't know. They can't hit.
Nope.
And I think, and I was talking to my buddy this morning, and I think it's going to get rained out tonight.
Oh,
Which
really?
means then they would have to play a doubleheader, which is the worst thing you want to do when you're playing.
That would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're playing awful, that's the worst thing you want to do.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
man.
wonder who Houston ends up with.
Oh man.
They might play Cleveland.
I wrote it down. No, they don't. I wrote it down and I didn't bring the paper in here with me. They play, they play at Los Angeles, the Angels to end it.
Oh, that's who Houston ends up with?
Yes.
And they got the A's. So their last 5 games, they need, if they're any good, they're going to win them.
Well, they got beat 5-1 in Oakland, or excuse me, in
Right.
Sacramento last night. So,
well, the A's are pretty good. They're feisty.
the A's have a pulse. I don't know that the Angels do. Yeah.
No, the Angels don't. So, who's Cleveland end up with? You got that real quick?
Cleveland, let's see.
He told me it was somebody I didn't think was real good.
Yeah, Cleveland's got 3 winnable games. I can't remember. Let's see who they've got. Here again, I wrote all of it down. It didn't help. Texas at Cleveland.
Texas is slumping.
They're done. Well, they're out. They're eliminated.
They're out. The wild card in the West is crazy.
So yeah, the wild card
in the NL. I mean, in the NL,
the wild card is crazy for sure. The Reds absolutely blow a chance. They had Pittsburgh at home. The Reds have the tiebreaker with the Mets, but now they're a game behind. The Diamondbacks were dead.
Yeah.
Now they're only a game behind.
Yeah.
The Mets were dead last night. They come back to beat the Cubs. The Cubs can't beat anybody right now.
That was a huge win. I watched that one last night. That was a great comeback.
It was a massive win. It's going to be one of those 3 teams. The Cardinals, the Marlins, and the Giants are still technically in it, but it would take a lot.
They have to win every game. And
the Cardinals should be shot. They traded all their bullpen.
Yeah.
They gave up. They blew a bunch of games because of it. They should be in the wild card. That terrible management there, from the general manager, I should say. I don't think the Reds have it. I don't think they
can't win a big game when they have to.
No.
Now tonight they face Skeens,
and now they have to face Skeens. Exactly.
But they got their best pitcher too.
Well, yeah, they do have Green, but
Green is pitching great. He was fantastic in Chicago the other night.
Yeah.
That'll be a heck of a game. The Mets, they got a tough. I think they're up against somebody pretty good tonight. Pitcher.
They're against he's 13-8. I handicapped the game. Can't remember who it is. Boyd. They're up against Boyd tonight.
Right, and they don't have a good pitcher tonight.
No, the Mets also finish against the Marlins, and the Marlins are a scrappy team. They're not great, but they will go and fight them. This is not easy. However, the Reds, they end on the road against Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee's got everything sewn up, but the Reds can't beat them usually.
No, but Milwaukee doesn't care.
The D-backs, I believe they finish on the road. Let me see what they've got. I forgot again. They're on the road against San Diego.
Ooh.
So they
look at there. They got the Dodgers.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a tough schedule.
They've got a tough road, but they did beat the Dodgers. They beat Phillies 2 out of 3, and who knows what San Diego is. I mean, if San Diego gets knocked out, they've got really nothing to play for. So
all San Diego might play for a better wild card spot.
They could. They absolutely
still win the division too. So
yeah. If the Mets miss the playoffs, wow.
Yeah, they really blown it.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go here to the scoreboard. The Nationals are actually beating the Braves. Braves have been winning like crazy.
Yeah,
they're getting beat here early. Not that matters. So again, tonight you got Tigers Guardians coming up at 5:40. I blew that up for some reason. So that they're saying that's going to get rained out. Is that what you said?
Well, that's what he said. The forecast was bad. So
forecast right now is sunny, but it's a long ways away from playing. Yeah. Pirates and Reds at 5:40 as well. This is Central Time. And then you go down to this huge game here, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. and the Mets, Cubs. So you got so much to watch here tonight. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, the late window, Cardinals, Giants. That's still relevant at this point, and then Astros, 9:05. So
I think the Cardinals are one Mets win away from being eliminated. I think
Cardinals have to win out, and then the Mets have to lose out, and then the Diamondbacks and Reds can only win one. So it's not going to happen. They're out.
Probably not.
They're out.
Probably
But,
not. By the way, tip of the hat to the Mariners.
Totally. Yes.
I think they won like 15 out of their last 17 or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. You got to give them a lot of credit for sure.
Yeah, because they were fading.
Yep.
So they're good.
All right. Well, we went a little long because of the Oklahoma and Oklahoma State talk, but that's it. You got anything else before we get out of here today?
I do not have anything else. No.
All right. Going to be a very, very fun next few days. All the baseball going on to follow. You've got the great college football slate coming up. You got a really good NFL, entertaining. It's always entertaining. And hockey just around the corner as well.
Right.
Preseason hockey going on right now. Just around the corner. We got it.
It won't be long until college basketball and the NBA starts too.
Yes. College basketball is right around the corner.
November. First week in November for college basketball. So.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
And the NBA, I guess, is in October. So
Yep.
It's hard to believe the Thunder seemed like just yesterday they won the title, and now that they got it fired up again.
Now they got to defend it. That's right. That's how that goes, though. All right. We're going to get out of here, guys. We will be back next week for more. I see the Bruce Pearl comments. We'll get to that next week. That's pretty funny what happened there. But, we'll get to all that because we went long this week. So we'll be back. Everybody have a good rest of your week. It's going to be a fun weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Wednesday. We try to dissect what's happened and see what's going on for the next week as well. So we'll see you guys next week.